Maayung adlaw sa tanan. Today's video, we're going to take you for a close and personal of this 2019 Toyota Vios 1.3J that is mated to a 5-speed manual gearbox. As always, I'm going to take this Vios J for a startup and a full in-depth tour review, showing you the most interesting features from the interior as well as the exterior. So what are you waiting for? Let's sit back, relax, and enjoy of this video presentation.
Behind closed doors, I'm a fool for you.
So here's the key. Let's go ahead and get started. This is a 5-speed manual, and in order to start the Vios J for the manual gearbox, just make sure your foot is on the clutch. Insert the key to the slot right here, and twist the key like you would in a normal car.
The 4th Gen Vios gets an electrically assisted power steering system with a rack and pinion setup. For the J variant, it's all made up with a 3-spoke polyurethane steering wheel with sport grips at 10 and 2 and silver finish at the bottom spoke. A 5-speed manual is offered for the Vios J under a 1NR-FE 1.3-liter naturally aspirated gasoline engine. As usual, for the manual tranny, push the shifter all the way to the right and backward in order to put the car into reverse. Under the bonnet of the revamped XP150 Vios is a 1NR-FE 1.3-liter dual overcam 16 valves and a naturally aspirated inline 4-cylinder gasoline engine with electronic fuel injection and dual variable valve timing intelligent system technology or dual VVTi. It produces 98 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 123 Nm of torque at 4,400 RPM. 42 liters is the fuel tank size paired with a Euro 4 emission rating. For the J variant, a 5-speed manual is the only transmission choice for this engine, and if you go for the automatic version like CVT, you can go for the XE trim with the same aspects from the J variant. Anyhow, the drivetrain of the Vios 4th Gen model is a front-wheel drive vehicle. For the fuel economy, the Vios 1.3 with the manual transmission has achieved an impressive 19 km per liter. Again, 19 km per liter. And that, my friends, you could guarantee that the Vios 1.3J, even the XLE and the E with the manual transmission, is one of the most efficient cars that you would get in a buck. Perfect for personal, commercial, and business use. So, what do we talk about? What we are talking about is the best-selling car in the Philippines, the Toyota Vios. It all started in 2002, known as the Saluna Vios in Thailand, and it arrived in the country a year after. Over the years, the Vios became the pinnacle of Toyota's success because it became the most fuel-efficient car, reliable, high-quality, and affordable subcompact sedan that you can get. After all, some of the parts of this particular car are easy to find, and on the plus side, it would last for long. Mind you that the Vios is a very common car in every Philippine road, whether it is taxi, a private car, a company car, whatever. As long as it gets all the needs for every Filipino people due to popular demand. Right now, the Vios has produced 4 or 5 generations so far, but the new generation Vios, known as the AC100 Yaris Active, which is based on a Daihatsu new global architecture platform, has not yet arrived in the country. For now, let's get focused on the 4th gen model, which is the revamped version of the XP150 3rd gen model. Well, some people might call it a facelift 3rd gen model, or for some they call it literally the 4th gen model because the car itself generally looks kind of an all new, which has similarities with the 3rd gen model. Today's presentation, we will be focused on the 4th gen model in a 1.3J variant, by which this is one of the base models that you can get, particularly for first timers, and for some, this is a perfect car for some modifications or making it for some projections. We will find out more why this Toyota Vios J is a good car for some first timers or as a project car, and know what could be the answer. Typically, the 4th gen Vios is definitely the revamped 3rd gen model by adding some sleek additional lines as well as well improved design, adding a European taste to it, or should I say, more European taste to it. For me, the revamped XP150 Vios is more upscale and more characteristic compared to the 3rd gen model. It gets the design cues from the IMV vehicles like the Hilux, the Fortuner, and the Innova. In all honesty, this is one of the funkiest and sexiest designs of the Vios na pwede itong pang chicks. Well, pwede itong pang chicks. Well, anyway, focusing on the J variant, let's expect that everything is basic, like the usual black door handles and side mirrors as well as the unavailability of front fog lights. Well, for those of you wanting this Vios J, use it as a project car. You can install it with some side skirts to make this car sportier to match the sexy and funky body silhouette of the car, and also you can replace the black door handles and side mirror caps whether it is chrome, gloss black, body colored, or much better, a carbon fiber. Oh, ayos. After all, you can turn this baby from base to boss. Now, let's start at the front. The 4th gen Vios gets a vibrant smiling face front grille that gives the car some exciting vibe on the road to grab some attention, and all of which are equipped with color matching accents and some black accents for some details. This car has a standard feature with halogen headlights and nothing else that you find in front. Not unless you can install it with the optional front fog lights from an aftermarket accessory shop, and interestingly, you can install it with an aftermarket LED daytime running lights to make it more exciting, like the 1.5J if you want to mimic it. Well, anyhow, if you don't like any of these, you can keep it as it is. After all, it's your choice if you want to install it or not, but the benefit of being a base model is that you can customize it whatever you want, because many people think that base models are kind of boring, or there's an opportunity to make this car as a taxi or a company car, which it kind of makes sense for some. Well, enough of that. If you go towards the back, the 4th gen Vios gets a sleek and seductive design, giving this car some premiumness that kind of reminds me of a European luxury car, and these are equipped with bulb-type taillights. On the sides, it gets indicators of the front fenders, which are a very common part of your typical base model vehicles. Being a basic vehicle, all the materials on the interior are plain and simple, but the materials that it uses are high quality and durable, that it will last for long, and this is what Toyota is all about. On the J trim, you don't get much in terms of features. You get a usual analog instrument gauge, no mounted controls on the steering wheel, you get a usual multimedia system from the 20th century, and the rest of it is totally basic. In this cheaper price point, you don't have to complain about everything that you see to the Vios J. The second benefit for this car is the car that it drives, transporting you from point A to point B, and that is the important thing that many people, most especially for first timers, wanted to get their very first car based on its affordability, whether it is brand new or second hand. Plus, the J variant Vios only gets a manual transmission and fabric seats. The advantage of this is that it gets powered windows, and for those of you wanting a car with automatic transmission like the CVT as I mentioned recently, and a touchscreen head unit display, but with the qualities of the J variant, the Vios XE is the best choice for you. Still, you can install it with some aftermarket accessories if you want to. Again, it's your choice. The shoes of the Vios J are the sets of 14-inch steelies with hubcaps installed, which are wrapped in Yokohama Decibel E70 tires that measure 175/65 R14. Brakes are ventilated discs in front and drums at the back. Suspension-wise, the front gets McPherson struts while the rear gets torsion beams.
Speaker, bottle holder, and a storage. Window lock, central locking, window controls. All four windows in this car are powered, while the driver's side window gets a fully automatic function in both directions. A button to activate or deactivate your traction control. Little cubby, bonnet release. Boot door release, fuel door release. Vios floor mats. And the driver's seat of this 2019 Toyota Vios J gets a fully manual adjustments. Got your seat back, height adjuster, and down there is your seat sliding position. You have the same set of adjustments as found on the driver's side. However, it loses out on a height adjuster. So let's start it up with the door closed.
The Vios J is equipped with an original Toyota 2DIN multimedia system head unit as standard. This head unit features USB, auxiliary, and Bluetooth connectivity options, and the sound system itself is provided with 2 speakers.
Very nice stock sound system. With these 2 speakers, the sound itself delivers very decent naman. So, pasado siya. Center armrest. Underneath, you have a good size amount of storage area. Perfect in size. 12-volt power outlet that has a maximum power of 120 watts. Little cubby, hand-operated parking brake as I showed you before. 2 cup holders. Standard aircon controls with your fan speed, temperature, different modes, recirculation, your defrost, and right here is your hazard switch, 2 aircon vents. So this is your multimedia system for the Toyota Vios J, and the system itself is very easy to understand and very easy to use. Your mode button that doubles up as your power button, voice recognition system, on-hook and off-hook buttons for your Bluetooth telephone menu, 6 different tracks, your up and down arrows, play and pause, shuffle, repeat, and this is your go back. Seek track, settings, your eject button right here, and this is your CD player. This is your monitor. If you hit set, this goes to your different media settings. Okay, ganon. And right here is your USB and auxiliary integration. Light indicator controls, and your wiper controls. There are no controls on the steering wheel, but the steering wheel of this car gets a manual tilt only, adjusting using this lever right here. Central locking. Grip handle on the ceiling for the driver's side. Driver's side sun visor. Front cabin lights and your manual dimming rear view mirror. Front passenger side sun visor. Grip handle on the ceiling for the front passenger side. A decent size amount of glove box. Alright. So that is it for startup. We can put this vehicle off and continue with the rest of our review. A fake speaker which is not functional, so this one is a zonk. But anyway, you do have a storage and a bottle holder and also a window control.
Getting inside at the rear cabin of the Vios, you will notice that you get a decent amount of space. In accordance with my height, I do get plenty of legroom and headroom. Overall, not bad in this small city sedan, and the seats are nicely comfy even though this was made in fabric. You get storage pockets in both front seat backs, grip handles can be located at the ceilings on both sides for the rear, and there's cabin light located in the middle on top. .326 liters is the boot capacity of the Toyota Vios 4th Gen model. There is a spare tire along with a toolkit and jack located underneath at the boot floor. In terms of safety, the 2020 Toyota Vios 1.3J gets 7 airbags, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution and brake assist, vehicle stability control hill start assist, child protection lock for the rear doors, high mount stoplight, and ELR seatbelts. Special thanks to Uniwheels Iloilo for allowing me to feature their second-hand or slightly used vehicles. If you are interested to buy one of these, go ahead and check out to their dealership, or you may contact them via the contact details located in the description box below.
Thank you for tuning in of the startup and a full in-depth tour review of the 2019 Toyota Vios 1.3J that is mated to a 5-speed manual gearbox. I hope you like this video, and if you do, make sure to hit thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, if you are subscribed to my channel, please hit the notification bell button to get notified from my latest updates. And don't forget, follow all of my social media platforms. As always, I'll see you next time for more latest videos on YouTube. God bless you, more power, I love you all, and mabuhay.